Good morning, boys and girls. Like I said yesterday, today we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the order of operations and using that to solve numerical expressions, which brings us to our objective, which is we are going to use the order of operations to evaluate or solve numerical expressions. Guys, today is our last lesson in this chapter. You will have 2 review days after this, and then we'll have our test on next Wednesday. So if you have any questions after this lesson, please reach out to me about this lesson or any of the lessons before, but let's go ahead and get started. So just as a reminder, our order of operations, I have them written right here so we can review them. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. PEMDAS, we have parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, and addition or subtraction. So we are going to use the order of operations to solve our numerical expressions. So let's start with number 1. And I know it may look like a lot on the board. It'll make so much more sense when we start walking through it. And I put our numbers in little clouds because I figured if I did like a parenthesis, it might get a little confusing. So let's start. 6 plus 12 times 8 minus 3. Well, do we have any parentheses? No. Exponents? No. Multiplication or division? Yeah, I see that multiplication sign. So the first thing we're going to do is 12 times 8. So what is 12 times 8? 96, right. So we have 6 plus 96 minus 3. So we're down to our addition or subtraction. And we just do those whatever order they come in. So addition's first in this case. So we have 6 plus 96. 6 plus 6 is 12. And 9 plus 1 would be 10. So 102 minus 3. What are we going to get? Yes, 99. Okay. If you notice, number 2 is the same numbers, but we have some parentheses. And I'm going to show you how important it is to follow those order of operations, because we're going to get 2 different answers just because little parentheses were added. So our first step is to solve what's inside the parentheses. So 6 plus 12 is 18. And we bring down the rest. Okay, we don't have any exponents, but we do have multiplication. So we have 18 times 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 6. 14. So we have 144 minus 3, which is what, boys and girls? 141. So do you see how just changing or adding one little thing can change how our answer comes out? Big time, right? There's a big difference between 99 and 141. So you have to make sure you're following those order of operations when we're solving, okay? Number 3 is going to be a little bit different. They're going to give us the numerical expression and tell us that this needs to equal 10. We need to figure out where to put the parentheses to make this equal 10. So let's just do it how it is. So if I do it like this, I would have to start with multiplication. So 3 times 2 would be 6. And then I have plus 5 minus 6. And I go in order because our A and our S are side by side. 5 plus 6 would be 11. Minus 6 would be 5. So is it going to work without parentheses? No, we got 5 and we need 10. So let's try putting parentheses around our 5 plus 3. So we would start with 5 plus 3 since that's where our parentheses are, and we would get 8. Bring down our times 2 minus 6. 8 times 2 is 16. Bring down our minus 6. 16 minus 6 is 10. So our parentheses would need to go around our 5 and our 3 in order to make that numerical expression equal 10. Exercise is just kind of trial and error. You would just have to move your parentheses around and see where they worked best to get you the value or the answer of 10, okay? So, number 4 that we're going to go over today, these are called brackets. And I know it seems like it's a lot to look at, especially once we get to number 5, but instead of putting more parentheses and making it look very cluttered, they tried to do a different form of parentheses because there are parentheses inside of the brackets. So we still look for our parentheses first. This is just saying it wants you to do everything inside the brackets before you multiply by 5. Inside the brackets, we have separate parentheses. So we're going to solve each set of parentheses, then complete the brackets, then get to our multiplication. So we're going to start with 11 minus 3, which is what? 8. So we have 8 minus, what is 13 minus 9? 4. We are still going to complete what is inside the brackets before we multiply by 5. They're just another form of parentheses. So we have 8 minus 4, 4. And then we have times 5 is all that's left. So what is 5 times 4? 20, right? So our answer to that problem is 20. Now number 5, you see there's another form of a bracket, right? So it's just telling us we're going to start in between these. We're going to start here. Then we're going to move to dividing by 5. Inside these, we see brackets. That means I need to complete this set of brackets and this set of brackets before I add them together. So let's start with this set of brackets. We have 8 minus 3 in parentheses times 2. We have to do our parentheses first, even though they're inside the brackets. So what is 8 minus 3? 5. We have our times 2. They're still inside brackets. Plus 5 times 6 minus 5. We need to do our parentheses first. So what is 5 times 6? 30. Minus 5. And then we still have this divided by 5 all the way on the outside. Bring down those outside parentheses. So now we need to complete the inner brackets. What is 5 times 2? 10. Plus, what is 30 minus 5? 25. And all that is still inside these brackets. And then we have divided by 5. That 5 looks a little funky. Okay. So we still have to complete what's inside of our brackets. 10 plus 25 is what? 35. I'm just going to move us right up here. So we have 35, and we have to still have our divided by 5. Well, now that we have solved everything, we've been through our parentheses, we didn't have any exponents, and we already did our multiplication and division inside, now we just have 35 divided by 5. And what is that, boys and girls? 7. Great job. If you are ever confused, write this out, and just remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, whichever comes first, and addition or subtraction. Same as multiplication and division, they're grouped together, so it's whichever comes first. If you have any questions, please let me know. You have a short assignment below, and then the next 2 days we'll have review and then your test. This is your time to catch up if you've missed anything, to email me, message me, so we can set up a time to talk about anything you're still confused about. I'm so excited. Y'all have been doing great work, and I can't wait to see what you do next.